So we're here to talk about the movie XMOOR, which is also known as The Beast of XMOOR, and this one is both written and directed by Luke Hyams and stars Nick Blood. Nick Blood, does that name sound familiar to you? Well, he's on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, or at least he was. So, when I actually sat down and watched this movie, I actually thought it was going to be a creature feature, because the premise here is we have two kind of, I guess you would call them supernatural investigators. They basically try and capture footage of things like Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, stuff like that. And they're basically in the moors trying to capture footage of this kind of large cat that has been rumoured to be going around killing livestock and stuff like that. And they kind of team up with this local guide character to try and sort of get footage of this elusive cat. But then when they're in the woods, they discover there's something even more dangerous, that of a serial killer. They stumble across a large group of bodies. Now, then it becomes a kind of game of cat and mouse, as the serial killer is basically kind of hunting them and they're trying to survive, basically. So even though it wasn't the kind of film I thought it was going to be, I actually quite like the premise here. And I really like the kind of the location too. It's pretty much all set in a kind of like a woodlands and kind of heath setting. And because of that, I think it looks really good. I actually kind of quite like the kind of the eeriness of the kind of the trees kind of swaying in the background and kind of stuff like that. And I have to say, it's quite well shot. I kind of like the technical aspects of this, and the basics of the story are all quite good. One of the things I found interesting here, like I said, it stars Nick Blood, who is an English actor, but he's playing an American. So we got an English actor playing an American in a British film. Weird. Anyway, but the one thing that really bugged me about this film were decisions made within the film, both by the I guess the writer director and also the characters within the film, because they simply don't make sense. And I won't go into too many spoilers here. Suffice to say, when right from the kind of the beginning, when they discover these bodies, the decisions start to become a little illogical to me. And it just really seems to be decisions made because it would make the plot kind of go on in different kind of ways, basically. And that's the problem. It is not decisions that people would make in a kind of a situation like this. And you can forgive maybe one or two, but when it becomes more frequent, then it just becomes a little bit ridiculous, unfortunately. The one that really bugs me the most, is I can't really spoil for you, is at the end, where it has a kind of twist ending to a point. And you can kind of see it a mile off, I think. But when it's revealed, you think that could have so easily been avoided with a very simple thing. And it was just really silly. It was just really silly. The other decision here, I have to say, is the inclusion of this spooky little girl that will basically be in the last act. And her inclusion seemed to be superfluous to me. And she was there just to kind of look spooky. I was just like, I don't understand really why she was there. Some decisions with the killer himself as well. The way he's kind of grunting and stuff like that. And just to make him sound more animalistic when he's kind of like in a clearly he's not kind of some brute. He is a kind of a civilized man to a point. But anyway, just some odd decisions with this film kind of really took me out of it. I think it's an okay kind of slasher film if you can kind of suspend your disbelief and you don't mind kind of typical movie decisions, basically that are purely there to kind of further the plot along. It is quite exciting. I guess another small thing I have to say as well, this is more of a nitpick than anything else, but the way the kind of our lead hero, of course, the final girl, it's a cliche now, the way her clothes get shredded, revealing her her bra and all that sort of thing, it's just come on, it's just a little bit like, okay, yeah, great, I'm sure young teenage boys will be loving it, but it's just, it's kind of, come on. But it's still a kind of a fun film. I still kind of had fun with it, even though I felt like this was maybe insulting my intelligence somewhat, I have to say. But there you go. So I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.